Alright, hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the Crazy Man from Ireland, and this is part 2 of how to play Farming Simulator 22. So you started off your farm and you've gone through your settings, okay? And you've all your settings sorted out. So we're going to go back into your save game that you saved. So my save name is My New Farm. We're on Elm Creek. And as you can see, time played is 11 minutes. It's giving you the date, the whole lot, and we've 100 grand in the bank. So let's go into that save file. So this is going to take a minute or two. It is a small bit slow loading up, but it's okay. So if you have any questions on this game, drop them in the comments and I will get back to you. I do live streams on this game as well, so if you subscribe, you know when I'm live streaming, and you can ask me questions about the game if you have any problems or if you need help with anything. Just let me know and I will help you. So we're on Elm Creek. This is one of the maps you get when you get the game. Right, so this is part 2. So in part 2 I'm going to go through how to use the equipment. Okay, so I'm going to go through some field work, what to do in the fields, plowing, cultivating, planting, how to use the tractors and the combines and stuff. It's not going to be a long video, okay? I'm going to try and make these videos maybe a half an hour long or so, I don't want to be making really long videos for you. I want to try and keep them short and as helpful as possible. Right, okay, so we're in our save game. So in part 1 we went through the settings. Now we're in the game here now, and what you're going to do is you're going to go and do the guided tour. So press X. I'm playing on PS4, okay? So we're going to do the guided tour. Now if you don't want to do the guided tour, you can press options. Okay? So on your PS4 controller, press options and go to here, and down the very bottom there's a little triangle and it says abort the guided tour. If you don't want to take the guided tour, press that. I'm just going to leave it up here just for the sake of teaching people what to do. Now in part 1, so by the way, I press options there and I pressed L1. I should really press R1 because I want to go down from the top. This is what your map looks like. So as I explained in part 1, this is your house. You will always spawn here, okay? This is where you'll enter the game anytime you start this game. We owned field 44, 45 and 46. Now up here is the shop. So if you're buying any equipment, tractors and all that, they will spawn right here. So you're not too far away from the main shop. Okay. Now in this field here, we are in field 45. So field 45 needs to be cut and harvested. So there is wheat in this field. So we've wheat here. Okay. And down here. So when we harvest the wheat, okay, the wheat field is going to look something like this. Okay. And what we need to do with the field then is we need to plow it or cultivate it. Okay. So when we go over the field with the cultivator or whatever, the field will look like this. So then your field is ready to be planted again. Okay, so just a quick look at what stages you do. Okay. Now I'm choking today. Holy shit. So we're going to hop into our combine. Okay, here's our combine. And we are going to put on the head of the combine, which is the thing in front, and we're going to press X to get that onto the combine. Now here you go with the guided tour. Okay, so press X, read whatever's there, and away you go. Now just press circle, and this will unfold your combine, and it will put your combine going into the field, and it will start harvesting. Now there's two things that's happening here. Okay, now first things first, the combine is putting straw into a line here. Okay, and this is what happens when if you want to bale straw. I mean, what you could do, right, when you harvest your wheat or whatever you're harvesting, I feel to make it easy now, right, you'll get, if you look at the right hand side of your screen, you can only get straw from three things, right? You get straw from wheat, barley, and oats. Okay, so wheat, barley, and oats. So we've got a field of wheat here, and you can, okay, harvest it. I'm going to show you the second option of harvesting here, right, just real quick. So if we press L1, and if we press to the right on our D-pad and put the combine going again, the combine is going to just do this. Okay, so I'm going to stop the combine for a second. Now when you put the combine doing this, if you do not want to bale the straw, okay, if you don't want to bale the straw, then you can do this. Okay, but if you want to bale the straw, do this. Now what's going to happen here, if you do this way, you can bale the straw, and you can sell the straw and get extra money. Okay, so I'm not doing any baling today. I'm just going to basically just go along this field. Now I press circle there to hire a worker, so I can press square, jump out of the combine, and the combine will go by itself like that. Now you can do this yourself by pressing L1, keep L1 pressed, circle, and now if you press square, okay, now you can do this yourself by pressing R2, and you can press L2 and you can go backwards and forwards like that. Okay, like that. And when you come to the end here, basically press L1 and circle, and it will lift the front part up for you. The front part is called the header. And you can go around yourself here, and you could do this, and you can harvest the field by yourself. Okay, now what I'm going to do for the sake of this video is I'm going to leave him off there, because I want to do something else. So leave him off and leave him do his work, and he will go do the field there. Okay, so while he's doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to get our tractor and trailer ready here. Now to see what equipment we do own, press your home pad on your PlayStation controller. Press R1 to go down to this menu here, and this is all the equipment that you own. Okay, so if you go here and press X to select, you have 3 tractors. If you press circle to back out and press X here, you've got 1 harvester, you've got a trailer, and you've got other pieces of equipment here. I think you get the idea. Now if you jump out here for a second, if you go to your D-pad and press left or right, it will go to the different parts, the different types of equipment that you have. Now we've got a Jeep here, right? Now I don't want the Jeep, so we're going to get out of the Jeep, and what we're going to do is we're going to press options. Actually, no, we're not going to press options. We're going to press home on your D-pad, and we're going to go to the car. Now we're going to select the car, and we're going to sell the car. Okay, because first things first, if you're tabbing around the different equipment, you're going to be tabbing in and out of the Jeep, and being honest with you, it's going to be a pain in the ass, and you don't tab into something that you just don't want to go into. Okay, so that's why we sold the Jeep, because we do not want the Jeep. Now what we do want is this tractor and trailer, so we're going to press square, go into the tractor, and we're going to have to put the trailer onto the tractor, okay, by pressing X. Here we go. Now, we're going to drive the tractor over here out of the way. So if you press L1, L1 does most of the stuff for you. So L1, and you see on the top left hand side of your screen, you can open the cover of the trailer. Now we want the trailer cover open because we are going to be emptying the combine into the trailer. Now, so this is step one. You're harvesting your field. Okay. Now when you're finished your harvesting, what you're going to do is you're going to grab a tractor and a cultivator, or a plow, whatever you want to do. I'm going to show you exactly what's there. Right. I'm skipping the guided tour because I'm not doing the guided tour. Okay. So you do the guided tour, and you can educate yourself. Okay. So I'm going to put these on here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cultivate this field. Okay. Now I did lower the front weight there. Now there's a little thing on the top left hand side of your screen up where it says controls. Now if you press triangle, you can work the back piece of equipment, and if you press triangle again, it's going to use the front of the tractor. Okay, so front of the tractor, and if you press triangle, it's going to work the back of the tractor. We want to work the back of the tractor because we want to cultivate this field. Okay, so after your combine, okay, after you do your combining, you're going to be doing this. Now there's a couple of things you can do here. If you press your home pad and go up to your equipment, you have a few different options here. Okay, now you can go plowing. These are the plows. Now you need a really big tractor to do the last two plows here. Okay, now these plows, it tells you down the very bottom that you need a 300 horsepower tractor for that one, and this is 4.9 meters wide. It's not that wide, and you need a big massive tractor for it. So being honest, I wouldn't go with plowing just yet. Now you've two other options. You've got the cultivators, which is here. Now these cultivators are fantastic. They come in, they're more wider than the plows. Okay, so this is 6 meters wide, 5.7 meters wide to 8 meters, and so on. Okay, these are wider, and they will go through your fields a lot faster. Now they're cultivators. Down here we have disc harrows, which is like a cultivator. Being honest, it's more or less the same thing. It's just a different looking a piece of machinery. Okay, so that is a disc harrow. Okay, so the disc harrow, as I said, does more or less the same thing as the cultivators. Now the plows here, the subsoilers here, they're like a cultivator and a plow. Okay, so you can use these if you want. This red one here is 4 meters wide, and all you need is 130 horsepower tractor for it, which you have. Okay, so that is how you prepare your field. You've got subsoilers, you've got the power harrows as well if you want to use. These are like cultivators as well. So you've a choice of subsoilers, power harrows, disc harrows, you've got cultivators and plows. Okay, so any of them will prepare your field. We have a cultivator here. Okay, so the cultivator that we have here, if I can get on the right thing, these are cultivators. Now this is the one you have because it says underneath that you own one of these. Now if you go to the second one, you don't own any of these. Now it says you own one, so that's the one that you have on your farm, and that's the one you own. Okay, now once you do all of this to your field with your cultivator, you're going to come along and you're going to plant it or seed it. Okay, now first things first, because I'm going to come up here and do some seeding, this is going to be in my way. Okay, so I'm gonna get this back out of the field a little bit here. So what we're going to do is if down at the very bottom on your right hand side, it tells you how many liters you have. If I can try and show you there, how many liters of product you have. Okay, so you've 54%. You're 54% full, and you've 460 liters, or is it 4,000? My eyesight's not that great. So we're going to press L1, and we are going to pipe out. So we're pressing down on our D-pad, and that's going to pipe out for us there. And we're going to. You have two ways of doing this. You can back over with your. You can back over with your combine, or you can just drive over with your tractor and trailer. So here I am in the combine, that's going down. So if you hop out of your combine and go into your tractor, you'll see, well, you actually probably need to have a second person in your combine because it just stopped. But if you're doing a big field and your hire worker is still on your combine, you just pull up with your tractor and it'll automatically go in there. It didn't for me there because I have the field finished, so that's why it didn't stay going. So now, so if we get out and go into our tractor, that'll show you that the exact same amount of product in the trailer, which is correct. Now, we've got that stage out of the way. So what we're going to do is we are going to, well, this field is ready to plant. Now you can, if you look at the very bottom right hand side of your screen, this field is owned by you. So I own this field, and it says there's 0% fertilized. Okay, don't worry about the fertilizer for now, just that's a whole different video. I'm not even going there at the moment, right? So same story here. We're going to put on, so we're putting on the weight in the front first, and press X again and it'll put on the seeder in the back. Now when you're starting off this game, I am going to give you a really big tip on what you should plant. Okay, now if you take a look at the bottom right hand side of your screen, we have got wheat. Okay, now I'm going to press options, and we're going to press R2, okay, until we go to this screen here. Now wheat is an absolutely terrible price. Okay, now if you press square, it'll show you that the best time to sell and the worst time to sell. So the best time to sell your wheat is in January, and you'll get 1,221 euros or pounds, whatever you. I've gone through the whole currency thing and played through one, so I'm not doing it again. So there you go. Now I'll show you the crops that make way more money than that. Okay. So we've got sunflowers. So sunflowers are reaching their top price in March, which is 2,421. But we can do better than that. So we can go to soybeans. Soybeans, you can sell soybeans in July, and you'll get 3,711. Okay, so canola is a good price as well. Canola is 2,187. So you got 4 crop types that I would recommend you planting. Okay, so so you got canola, you got sunflowers, soybeans, and corn. Okay, so as you can see between all of these, the best one is soybeans. Okay, because soybeans are they're just under 4,000 euros. So what we're going to do is we are going to, obviously when you start this game you want to start making a lot of money so you can get rid of these tractors and get bigger tractors and get bigger and better equipment. Okay, that is the name of the game. The name of the game is making money, upgrading your tractors and your machinery, and progressing in the game. Okay, now get into your tractor like here. Now what we're going to do is we are going to let's have a quick look in our shop here. Okay, so press your home pad and go down to seeders. Now all these seeders will seed the same thing. Okay, they'll plant the same thing. Now there's two things. If you take a look at the bottom here, one, this seeder, all of these seeders will plant canola and soybeans. Okay, now the product that we're looking to plant is the soybeans, so these seeders will plant soybeans for you. Now if you back out of this and go to planters right here, the planters will also plant soybeans. Okay, so it's up to you. I mean, you can use this planter here, which will do it. So for the sake of doing this video, we're just going to use this one. Now we're in the tractor, so we have to change crop types. Okay, so the crop type that's selected on the very bottom of your screen is wheat. Now we've got to change that. Now to change that, we're going to press L1 and we're going to press triangle. Now that is barley, so we've got to keep going until we see the soybeans logo. There is the soybeans logo. Okay, now we're going to press hire worker, which is circle, and we're going to get out of the tractor. Now we're going to go over here for a second. Now if you go here down the very bottom of your screen, it doesn't say anything. It just says the field is owned by you. Now if you go over here where the seeder is seeding, now it's a whole different ball game. Okay, so now it's coming up all the details of the field. Okay, so the field is owned by you. The crop type is soybeans and it is growing. Okay, and forget about the yield bonus and forget about the yield bonus, the fertilizing, the rolling. Forget about that, right? The main thing here is you're planting the crop that you want to plant, and that is soybeans. Okay, so we're going to leave him off there, and what we're going to do is we're going to keep this farm going. Now you're going to come back to here. Okay, so we're planting soybeans here. Now what we want to do is we want to, when we're finished here, we want to go to this field with our planter or our seeder or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we're going to go down here and we are going to prepare this field down here. We are going to keep things ticking over. Okay, second, I missed a little bit there, but if you miss a little bit, don't worry about it. Okay, this, the main thing about this is keep going. Make sure you keep your combine going if possible, and keep your cultivators going, and keep your seeders going. Now I'm going to hop out here. Right, you can hire, I think it's 6 workers in this game, but for the sake of this video, I'm only having 2 or 3 workers going. Now as you can see here, there's nothing happening. One second now. So what's coming up here is you had wheat in the field and it's harvested. Okay, so here we are now. I'm going to show you something else here now. So we're going to press options again. Okay, now with your left mushroom, press to the right like this 2 times, and you're going to see things change here. So as you can see on the right hand side, harvested is purple. So these 2 fields are after being harvested, and field 46 is green, so it's growing. So that is where our planter is, and that is what our planter is doing. Okay, now when we're finished here, this field will be green. Now what we want to do when we're finished here, we want to bring that over here. So when this field is finished, this cultivator should be finished. So we're going to put the cultivator in here, and we're going to swap our seeder down to here. So we're going to start planting here. But first things first, we've got to take the tractor and trailer off of this field, or the other tractors are going to crash into it. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to take these off of here. Our Seeder is seeding away. Now you always go into the machinery from the left. This is the right. Okay, so always go to the door here, and you'll go in, because sometimes it might leave you into the tractor or whatever you have, and you're there and you're wondering what the hell is going on. So we're just going to move this out of the way. There's nothing against the harvest now at the moment, so we can't do anything with a combine, but we can use the tractors. Okay. Now, the front of this combine right here goes onto this trailer, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to put it on there. I want to keep this video as simple as possible. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to move this tractor. We're just going to move this tractor out of the way. Now, what we might do all together is we might just put this crop into here. Now, this is a big, massive storage bin for your farm, for your crops. Now, the only thing you can only store kind of like grains. You can store wheat, barley, oats, canola. You can store sunflower, soybeans, corn. You can. I don't think you can store anything else. That's all you can store. Okay. So we got. So we have wheat. Now, as you can see, there is 0 in any of these. Okay. So here's the wheat. We don't have any crops in storage. Okay. This is the storage. Now we're going to dump our wheat in here. So drive over here, and it's coming up there on the bottom. Press L1 and triangle, and you're going to dump your product in here. R1. It's R1 and triangle. Okay. There we go. There we go. So now we're storing our grains here. Okay. So I'm going to press options, and now, as you can see, we're after storing wheat. Now you can store multiple grains in here. You can store wheat, barley. You can store a half a dozen different things. Okay, in there, all in the one go. Okay, so here we are. We're after storing our wheat. Now you're probably going to ask, why did I store the wheat? Well, the simple reason that I stored wheat is I have to get the wheat out of the trailer, because we're planting soybeans. Okay. Now you can't store any more than one crop in the trailer. So if I left the wheat in the trailer, and if I'm harvesting soybeans and I want to empty the soybeans from the combine into the trailer with the wheat, it won't do it for you. You can only have one crop type in the trailer. Okay, so that is why I emptied the wheat. Now, that is how you get started and get planting. So basically, I'm after going through the harvesting, the storing of the crop, the type of crops, the planting, and the cultivating. I'm not going to show you any more in this video. Okay, that's a lot to take in. And what we're going to do is, I explained the saving. I'm going to make a manual save here now. So we're going to go to options, and we're going to go down to the end here, and I'm going to make a manual save here. Now, that's it for me. This is it for the end of the video. I'm not telling you any more. You're going to have to watch part 3. In part 3, I'm going to show you how to start making money and field hopping. Okay. If you don't know what field hopping is, I will explain it to you in the next video. But that is it for me for today. If you want to see more videos from me, you're going to have to subscribe. When you subscribe, you'll see me coming on, putting up new videos, and you'll see what I've got in store for you in the next ones. But that's it for me, so we'll talk to you all in the next one.